Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing some yoga for our hips and our hamstrings. These are some problem areas for everyone. A lot of tightness, a lot of motion, vulnerability. Let's release that today and yeah, let's start. Sitting up in a comfortable position. Simple cross legs will do. Closing our eyes. And let's start to slow down our breath. Sitting back into our sits bones like we were resting in a chair. Feeling your breath move your chest up and down. Tuning into those points of connection with the ground. Our glutes, our feet, our pinky toes. Grounding down through those points. Taking one more breath wherever you are here. Inhale, opening the eyes, and let's start to roll our shoulders. Moving with intention here, rolling them to the back, then rolling them to the front. Feeling those muscles work. Let's reverse back, rolling them to the back. And then reverse, rolling to the front. Inhale, let's drop our chin to chest, interlacing the fingers behind the head, dropping the elbows towards the mat. Sitting up in our spine, feeling that upper back, releasing any tension. Inhale, keeping our fingers interlaced behind the head, pressing the head into the back of the hands. Exhale, opening up the chest to the ceiling. Really working into that upper back and into the armpits and the chest area. Perfect. Let's bring our elbows back forward. And then back up, moving at our own pace here. Feeling that spine arch forward and arch back. Pausing in any moment that we need. If you feel any tension, breathe into that spot. Bring your breath there. And release. Let's return our body back to center, releasing the hands and bring them out to the side. Pressing into our fingertips, sitting up straight. Inhale, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. And let's cup our left ear with our right hand, letting the elbow fall, not pulling on our neck, but just using that as a little like gravity pulling, but not us pulling. Getting a nice deep stretch into that left neck area. Extend out through the left fingertips. One more breath here. Releasing that hand, rolling that neck down through center, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder, and let's cup that right ear. Letting the elbow fall towards the mat, extending through the right fingertips. Just working out into that neck area. Remembering your breath, using your exhale to release that tension, to stretch a little deeper. Beautiful. Releasing that hand, coming back down through center and all the way up. Let's release our feet and bring them, the soles of the feet together. Releasing the feet a little bit forward, so coming to our star pose. Your heels will be about an arm's distance away. So sitting up here, let's bring our hands to cup the knees. Inhale, arching our chest up, just like we did when our hands behind our back, but now we're pulling against the knees to really create that openness. Exhale, now let's pull the spine to the back. Seated cat-cows. Working the spine and the chest, but also starting to open up those hips. Continuing to move here. Beautiful. Taking one more breath. Coming through to our cow, chest lifted. And exhale, coming all the way back to our cat, arched back. And releasing to center. Let's inhale the arms up, rolling those shoulders down. Hinging at the hips and coming all the way forward. Starting now to really work into those hips. Let's drop the head and spider walk our fingers forward. Bringing our head close to our feet or even on top. This is our first hip opener, so allowing that to release. Using your exhale to take you deeper into your stretch. Beautiful. Let's come back up. Staying on our fingertips, keeping our chest forward and walking over to the right. Bringing our knee to nose. And let's bring the left hand to the left thigh and push that thigh away from us. Working into the side body, to the lower back. One more breath here. Releasing that hand, and let's spider walk low all the way through center to the left side, bringing our nose over knee and pushing our leg away with the right hand. Grounding down through both hips, feeling that activation and that stretch into the lower back and into the hip flexors. One more breath here. Inhale, releasing that hand, coming all the way back through center. Walking our fingertips out a little bit more, dropping that head. Awesome, let's bring ourselves back up. Catching the feet and keeping the soles of the feet together, but bringing them close in now. Coming to our Baddha Konasana. Our bound angle. Let's interlace our fingers around the toes and do a slow motion butterfly. So a lot of times people like to bounce that, and that's fine, but let's activate these muscles. Going slow, inhale, bringing the knees up towards the body, slowly. Exhale, slowly pressing the legs down towards the mat. Inhale, bringing them back up. Exhale, pressing them down towards the mat. Doing these at your own pace. Again, trying to move slow here. Feeling those hips open up, even working into that lower back still here. Awesome. We'll do a couple more. Moving with intention, being aware of your body. Perfect. Let's release those knees down towards the mat. Release our toes, and again, spider walk ourselves all the way down in front. We might not be able to get as far. It's a little bit more compromised when the legs are closer, but just working with yourself here. Drop the head. Press down through your fingertips. Feel those points of connection. One more breath. Let's start to walk ourselves all the way back up. Bring our knees in towards the body and let's spread them out wide, coming to our wide angle. So here, there's a couple things to think about. We want our toes to be up towards the ceiling. We want to protect our knees, and we want to be able to sit up on our sits bones without falling forward or falling back. So finding that for yourself, if you can do that easily where you are, stay here or test yourself a little bit. Pressing those hips forward, opening up into those inner thighs, working into those hamstrings. Finding that for yourself, let's bring our hands to our heart center, activating the toes, sitting back into the sit bones. Pause here, feeling the thumbs press against our chest in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Inhale, exhale. Let's release the palms now and walk over towards the right foot, bringing the right hands to either the ankle, the calf, the toes, wherever you can reach, bending at the elbow, and let's inhale, arch that arm over the body. Staying active in the opposite toes, rotating that chest towards the sky. One more breath here. Let's bring ourselves all the way back up, and still on the right side, let's twist our body towards that right leg. Again, keeping those toes activated, keeping the knees and toes pointed towards the sky. Let's bring our hands to frame this foot. Walking our hands out, peeling the torso over that leg. Finding your point and breathe there. Awesome. One more breath. Let's stay on the side. Walk our hands up back towards the knee. Point this toe, the right toe, keeping the left toes flexed. And let's press into the ground and see if we can lift that leg. So the farther back, the easier it'll be. The closer it is to the foot, it's actually all hard. So finding that spot to make it a little harder for yourself. Let's do a couple leg lifts. Maybe it's just 2 or 3. These are hard. Beautiful. One more. And release. Let's flex those toes. Inhale, coming back to center, bringing those hands up to the sky. And let's find the left toes now. Bring our left hand to our left toes, left ankle, and arching the right arm over the body. Twist yourself up towards the ceiling. Finding that twist, opening up into the hamstrings. Beautiful. One more breath here. Bringing ourselves all the way back up, and let's twist now our body to the left side. Framing that left leg, again, peeling the torso over on top of that left thigh. Walking our hands out. Each side is different. Using your exhale to take you deeper. Beautiful. Let's bring ourselves back up. Point the left toes. Keep those right toes flexed. Pressing into the ground. Again, coming up by your thigh, your knee, your ankle. Yeah, I believe the closer you are to the foot, the harder it is. The closer you are to your body, the easier it is. So finding that for yourself. Ooh, the sun is crazy. Pressing into the ground, and let's lift that left leg. Just activating those hip flexors. That quad. It doesn't have to be a crazy lift. It can be just a whoop. Just something. Feeling something different here. Staying active in the right toes. One more. And release. Let's inhale. Bring the arms back up to all the way to the ceiling. Breathe here. Hinging at the hips. And let's fall through the center, coming to our forward fold. Again, we can stay here on our forearms or come to our fingertips, walking ourselves out. I like to stay on my fingertips here because it's keeping me aware of that gravity, bringing the tummy towards the ground. Again, staying active in the toes. Breathe here. Use your exhale to work through any of the tension. Awesome. Let's start to bring ourselves back up. Grabbing behind the knees, bending at the knee, and let's give ourselves a little squeeze here, a little hug. Awesome. Crossing at the ankles and coming to our tabletop. So let's find our tabletop. Our hips will be over our knees, our shoulders over our wrists, spreading wide through our hands. Feeling those points, each finger grounding down. Inhale, let's drop the tummy, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, curling in for our cat. Exhale, dropping to our cow. Moving through these, finding your own pace. Awesome. Doing a couple more here. Really working that spine. Feel that arch. Inhale. Let's come back to neutral spine. Press into the hands. Tuck the toes. Engage the core. And lift our legs all the way up to our downward dog. First dog of the day, so let's walk through, bending into one knee and the other. Beautiful. And when we're ready, coming to stillness, press those heels towards the ground. Inhale, let's twist our dog. So we're gonna keep our feet hips distance apart. Walk our hands back towards our feet, about a palm print back. Bringing our weight into our left hand. Let's lift our right hand and reach towards the left leg, coming to our ankle, our calf. And use your exhale to twist underneath that left arm. Real intense thigh opener here. Hamstrings, quads, everything's working. Beautiful. One more breath. Releasing the right hand, pressing into the right hand, and let's lift the left. Bringing ourselves over to the right leg, twisting underneath the right arm. Beautiful. Let's release that. Walk our hands back out to our downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, opening up the hips, bending at that knee. And exhale, bringing our leg all the way through and stepping to our low lunge. Let's pause here in our lunge, pressing equally between our hands and our feet. Inhale, dropping the left knee and bringing our body weight forward, coming to our crescent lunge. Staying here with our fingertips on the ground, rotating that hip down towards the mat, or let's bring our hands up to our knee, interlacing the fingers and pressing our knee away. So here we are working into our hip flexors, our quad, and even back into our hamstrings. So pause here, listening to yourself, breathe, roll those shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. Let's release the hands now, pressing into the fingertips and moving our body weight back to that left knee. Bringing those right toes up to the ceiling, coming to our half split. So let's bring our body weight, that same thing we did when we were in wide angle, walking our hands out towards the front of the mat and lifting ourselves up and over that leg. So really feeling that hamstring open up. Breathe here. One more breath. Coming back, forward. And let's bring now our body weight all the way into the front again. Pressing into the hand, the left hand, and rotating that right arm all the way up and over. Reaching back towards the left foot. You can roll on to the right hip a little bit, just to be able to do that twist. And staying here if that's good, or bending the leg and reaching towards the toes. Bringing that foot towards the butt. Stay bright in that shoulder. We don't want to sink down. We want to stay alert. Breathe through any tension, any pain you're feeling. It's just your muscles stretching out. But listening to yourself here. If you have any pain in the knee, just reach towards the foot. This is still working that hip flexor. One more breath wherever you are. Releasing that foot, bringing ourselves back here, tucking the toes, and coming to our low lunge. Pausing here, pressing through our feet. Inhale. Exhale. Let's press into the hands. And right foot meets left, meeting back in our downward dog. Finding stillness or walking out our dog. Taking about 2 breaths here. Letting those heels sink towards the mat. And let's twist our dog again. So keeping our hips, our feet about hips distance apart, walking our hands back towards our feet. Inhale, press into the left hand, lifting the right hand and twisting towards that left leg. Using your exhale to take you into that twist. Breathe. Let those hamstrings loosen up. Beautiful. Let's release that leg. Press into the right hand now. And lifting the left, twisting underneath the right armpit. Use your exhale. Beautiful. Releasing that. Coming all the way back to our downward dog. Take a deep breath here. Beautiful. Lifting that left leg now. Open up the hips, bending at that knee. And then bringing our foot all the way, stepping through, pausing in our low lunge. Finding your stance here, bring your knee over your ankle, equally pressing into your fingertips and your feet. Beautiful, releasing that right knee towards the ground and letting our weight fall over, coming to our crescent lunge. Staying here on our fingertips is beautiful. Rotating that right hip down. Or if you did it on the other side or would like to try this side because each side is different, interlacing your fingers the weird way. So we have a particular way we like to interlace our fingers. Let's do it the awkward way. You know, mix up the brain. Pressing against the knee and letting yourself fall forward. Opening up that chest. Breathe here. Open up those hips. Beautiful. Using your exhale to sink you a little deeper. Awesome. Let's release that now. Pressing into our fingertips and coming all the way back to that right leg, lifting the left toes to the sky. And again, coming to our half split on the left side. Bringing that torso up and over the leg. Walking the hands towards the front of the mat. Open up in that hamstring. One more breath here. Bringing yourselves all the way back. Body weight into the front leg, pressing into that right arm. Inhale, arching that left arm all the way back, staying here, reaching towards that foot, or bending the left leg and find your foot. Each side is different, so listen to yourself here. Obviously, my right leg is a little bit stiffer and needs a little bit more stretching. Stay bright in the shoulder. Use your breath. We're stretching out one of the biggest muscles in our body. The biggest muscle. One more breath. Release that foot. Framing our left foot, tucking the toes. And let's pause here in our low lunge. Finding our stance, staying strong. Beautiful. Let's step right foot to meet left. Coming to our forward fold. Dropping your head. Have a deep bend in your knees. When you're ready, pressing into the feet, and let's roll ourselves all the way up, coming to Tadasana. Roll those shoulders down and back, pressing into the feet. You can even close your eyes here, adjust your clothes. Just finding that comfortable grounding down. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. If your eyes were closed, let's open those up and heel toe our feet to wide angle. So the kind of the same thing we were doing, but now we're standing instead of sitting. Keeping our toes in front of us, slightly towards each other, protecting those knees. Inhale. Your legs should be a little bit farther than hips distance apart. Exhale, let's hinge at the hips. Come all the way forward. Dropping our hands, dropping our head, and stretching into our hamstrings. You can let your hands hang low here. You can grab the ankles, pulling yourself closer to the middle of the mat. You can walk your hands down the center, finding what your body wants. Beautiful. One more breath. Bring yourselves back up to flat back. And let's walk over to the right side. Grabbing the back of the leg. Pulling yourself towards the right leg. All right. Let's release that right leg if we took a hold of it, and start to walk ourselves back through center, coming up on our fingertips, and bend, starting to bend in. We might have to rotate that foot out, bend into the right leg, starting to stretch deep now into the left hamstring. So flipping, you can keep the toe pointed up straight on the left side, or keep it flat. Everybody's different, so everybody. So listen to that. Bringing that heel down towards the mat on the right side, and just let yourself sink here. Beautiful. Let's start to bring our hands back underneath us. Push into our hands and come all the way back up to our wide angle forward fold. Adjusting the feet again, so where they're slightly pointed into each other. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, releasing all the way down. Drop the head. Let yourself hang here. Let's interlace the hands behind the back and let the arms fall forward. Breathe. Feel that deep stretch. Beautiful. Let's release the hands. Slowly bring them back underneath us and walking over to the left side now. Bringing our arm behind our left leg and pulling our body in towards that side. Awesome. If we took a hold of that leg, releasing that now, walking our hands back underneath us, and let's start to bend into the left leg, rotating the left toes out and coming all the way down. Again, flipping the right toes up towards the ceiling or keeping them flat. Bring that left heel down towards the mat. Each side's different. This heel on my side's a little lifted. That's okay. Take a deep breath. Sink down into the stretch, bringing our hands out in front of us or right underneath, whatever you need. Awesome. Let's bring our arms back underneath us if they weren't already, and start to straighten back out on that left leg, rotating our toes towards each other. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, release all the way down, dropping that head. Shake it yes. Shake it no. Circle it one way and the other. Beautiful. Pressing into the hands, coming to our flat back yet once more. And let's heel toe our feet all the way in, not all the way, slightly under hips distance, keeping our toes towards the outside of the mat and bending into our knees, coming to our malasana, our yoga squat. Let's bring those hands to the heart center, pressing the elbows towards the knees. Pausing here, press those thumbs against the heart. Anjali Mudra. You can even close your eyes here or keep a light gaze. Opening up in those hips. Beautiful. Let's release our hands. Bringing one hand behind us, one hand in front, lowering all the way down. Let's give ourselves a little hug here, dropping our head to our knees. And start to roll ourselves all the way back. Bring those knees in towards our chest. And rolling out that spine. So rolling the knees one way. And then the other. Let's bring the soles of our feet together and interlace those fingers around our toes. Coming to our supine Baddha Konasana. We can always grab our ankles if the toes feel far away. Finding that, feeling the lower back flush against the mat. Slowing ourselves down here. Beautiful. Let's grab the knife edge of the foot, the pinky side, and bring the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, coming to our happy baby. Again, keeping that lower back flush against the mat. We can stay still here or rock. One last little hip opener. We can stretch into one leg and then the other, whatever your body's calling for. Have fun. Beautiful. Let's release those feet. Bring our knees all the way back together and walk our legs all the way out, coming to our most important pose of the day, Shavasana, corpse pose. Let's squeeze those shoulder blades in towards each other, lifting the chest and releasing the spine on the floor. Closing our eyes and starting to extend our breath. Tuning in one more time to those points of connection. Our heels, our calves, our glutes, up through our spine, to our shoulder blades, to our elbows, to the back of our hands, and then to the back of our head. Letting those points sink into the ground. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Yoga Birch. Namaste.